and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Happy Halloween, happy Samhain, October 31st, 2023. And this is a general reading for all signs. Moderating on YouTube is the lovely Heather. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Deline. Thank you so much, moderators. If you're watching us on YouTube on a restream and you don't want to watch the restream, or you don't want, if you don't want to watch the shuffling, you can use the timestamps in the video description. As promised, I'm going to read with an actual Rider-Waite Smith deck today, which is not normal for me. And I'm going to purify with this 4711. So let's use 3 sprays in this big room. You can find links in the video description of this video on YouTube for both purchasing the cards and the cologne. This goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it, because it may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the Zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, all of which are available for easy restream on my website, ariels-corner.com. That's Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link right in that main menu. I do not read with card reversals, so when cards come out reversed, I just flip them right side up. That's how I prefer to read, and all is well, I promise. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us. You can watch on Twitch without ads simply by subscribing to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. Everything there, including all those tarot decks that are listed, are affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. It's a fun and easy way to give us some support. If you'd like to support the channel with a donation, you can do that by following the link on the screen that shows up every so often for the PayPal portal. Also, we have payment options for donations on the website, ariels-corner.com. Just check in the footer. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, good old super stick, a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's just shuffle this one more time. I just realized I definitely don't use this deck very often. It's pretty stiff. So let's give this a whirl here. Starting off, we have this Page of Swords, followed by the Death card. Hello, come back here, you. Lots of static electricity today. We had those Santa Ana winds over the last few days. And then the Devil card. Okay, I like ye. Let's just, this is not a very good contrast. Okay, so let's start with the Death card. I love a good Death card, and this is a decent one. The Death card is talking about how form is subject to dying. Everything in the formed world, it has a past, a present, and a future, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And the end has to come for everything in order to keep the life cycle going. But that only exists in the physical realm. The spirit does not die. The soul does not die. Ideas don't die necessarily. We can change ideas, but they don't have a lifespan necessarily. So what this is talking about is allowing death to be your servant, to be the servant of life, to allowing things to die off that no longer serves you. But the problem is when things start to change, many of us are chained to the things and don't want them to change. So we don't want those things to die off. We are trying to keep things alive that don't need to be kept alive. We are trying to keep situations in status quo that need to move beyond. And it's important for us to recognize how much pain that causes, how much suffering that causes when we don't allow things to go, to change. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean people and pets and things like that, although those are included in with death and hanging on. But it can also be situations, and really important things need to die sometimes in order for new life to come about. So the form of your business sometimes needs to change. So certain things need to die off. Certain employees or partners need to move on and do something else. Relationships, sometimes, even if the relationship itself fully doesn't die, aspects of the relationship need to die, just like skin cells need to die. And since so many of us are so afraid of change in general, any kind of change we panic about and we tie ourselves to it and try to make sure that nothing changes and everything stays the same. So just be aware of that today. If that happens to show itself to you, that recognize that death isn't there to hurt you. It's there to actually serve you. Because remember that death only changes form and gives room for new form. If you think about exfoliation, since we talked about dead skin cells, one of the ways that they make skin appear younger, is by removing all the dead cells to stimulate new growth. So death actually stimulates growth and rebirth. Page of Swords represents false ideas, and sometimes even lies, but definitely misinformation, and not seeing things as they are, not coming with the right mindset to something. Coming with an inaccurate mindset makes it very challenging for you to interact with things properly. So if you don't understand, I'm just on the basic level here, if you don't understand what death is for, when things start to die off or things start to change, you're automatically going to try to resist that and tie yourself to certain things. And you don't want to tie yourself to those things. You want to let go of those things, because what you're tying yourself to is not the thing, but the form of the thing. And that thing can't die, but it does need to change form. It does need to have a different body, if you will. I just dropped a card. Hold on. We got to play with a full deck here. Okay, let's open everybody up and see what is what. All right. Starting off with opening up this Page of Swords with this 10 of coins, followed by an 8 of cups, and then the 4 of coins. Now, it's interesting how Ms. Smith decided to illustrate these pip cards, because remember that Mr. Waite wasn't interested in the pip cards. All he cared really about was the majors, or the trump cards. And so Pamela was given a wide berth to illustrate as she saw fit. And some of the ways that she took the illustrations weren't necessarily inaccurate, but they were very one-sided. So, for instance, this 8 of cups, 8s represent Mercury, cups represent the inner world, the emotions and the spirit. And so that can oftentimes represent intuition, but that's not really depicted here. This is talking about leaving things and moving on, leaving things behind and moving on. Let's go with the illustration, though, because that really does have a lot to do with what's going on here. Rather than avoiding things changing and tying ourselves to certain things, we're being encouraged to turn away and move beyond the things which are that we are being attached to. Now, this looks like attachment as well, this 4 of coins, the way it's illustrated here. However, 4s don't necessarily mean attachment. 4s are expansion. 4s are having order and structure, and having those 4 corners to the foundation very firmly built, so that things can be expanded from them, because 4 is a number of Jupiter. Jupiter isn't a hanging on kind of a energy so much. Jupiter is an expansive energy. So I don't necessarily agree with this depiction of hanging on to our money. This is more getting our money in order, in getting our things in order so that they can expand. However, since this illustration does go along with the general reading, I'm going with the illustration in this case. So again, hanging on to the things in the physical world, hanging on to those things that we perceive to be our assets, so that we don't have to deal with change, is a very prominent theme in today's reading. And this is all based on misinformation, not understanding what things are. So we are being encouraged to let go today. We are being encouraged to let things be the way they are, to let things change, to not hang on to old forms, and to allow things to transform as they will. Now, this here seems to be the thing that started it all. This 10 of coins is saying that many of you have had some good experiences in the recent past, especially in regards to maybe some of you getting some money or getting some assets, getting something, and then realizing that, oh, I better hang on to those things because I'm feeling threatened by them. And understanding that death isn't here to take away your money or to take away your things. Death is here to make sure that those things don't go stagnant, and to make sure that the forms of those things are constantly renewing and staying young and staying vital and staying nurturing to us. You know, like if you think about a body of water, if it doesn't have new water coming in and the old water flowing out, it gets stagnant, and it's not nourishing. It's not good for you to drink that stagnant water. And so that's what this is here. This devil card is a stagnation. And in this particular moment in time, this 4 of coins is being depicted as a stagnation. And you're being encouraged to not let things stagnate. You're being encouraged to not hang on to your money, not to hang on to things, not to be, of course, unwise. I mean, of course, you want to have some savings and things like that, but to allow yourself to have some flow, because what it looks like the misinformation is for many of you is that the new influx must be held on to, because that was an isolated incident, perhaps, that you had this inflow, and so now I've got to hang on to everything because there might not be more. And it's saying no, don't do that, because all that's going to do is ruin what you have. You need to let it go. You need to have an outflow in order for you to have an increased inflow. Think of that river. You want that river to not stagnate. You want it to continue flowing, and having that trust that all is well, and that in this particular case, death has your back and is there to make sure that flow is constantly occurring for you. You can let go. You can let go and trust, and not tie yourself, like with what this devil card is talking about. Not tie yourself to things. Allow yourself to have some trust. A couple cards that you may want to listen to the meditations on: the devil card, breaking yourself free from fear, it's called, and the death card, letting problems die, interestingly enough. And you can find all of the tarot meditations in the link in this video description and every video description of tarot videos on my YouTube channel. All right, it's an awesome day. Have a wonderful Samhain. Happy Halloween, happy Samhain. Let yourself let go. Get in the flow. More is on its way. Don't stop the more that's on its way by hanging on so tightly to what you've got. That's a misunderstanding of things. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Heather and Deline. See everybody tomorrow. Blessed be.